Dunque, prego. Buon pomeriggio a tutti, grazie di essere qui. Sono molto contenta di accogliere oggi a Palazzo Chigi il presidente William Ruto, il mio amico William Ruto, di aver avuto la possibilità di fare con lui il punto.
The possibility to really take stock of the situation in terms of the cooperation that links together Italy and Kenya, and the opportunities that we have to make our cooperation even stronger, which is already very strong, as testified to by this state visit. President Ruto also had a luncheon with President Mattarella, and his busy agenda is not over today. The relations between our nations are excellent from every perspective. For this reason, we have decided to really join together all the different fronts where we cooperate. And today, with the state visit, we wanted to launch a 3-year action plan, which is supposed to guide our joint action. Well, Kenya is has one of the most dynamic economies of sub-Saharan Africa. For the longest time, we have entertained excellent economic relations, also thanks to the coming into force of the economic partnership agreement between the EU and Kenya. So bilateral trade keeps growing at a very fast pace. In Kenya, there is a greater interest and also appreciation towards the hallmark products of Italy. The presence of Italian businesses is helping Kenya to develop its capabilities. Technology is being transferred in many domains in Kenya, as it is the case in the tourism sector, where the presence of Italian companies contributes to an increasingly better position of Kenya as a tourist destination. There are many domains, for sure, where we can do even more, and our partnership can grow even more, from agro-industry, aerospace infrastructures, and energy, just to mention a few. And I'm firmly convinced that the business forum that will take place here in Rome, and I've been told that there will be many people attending on both sides, and we will be represented by the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister, Mr. Antonio Tajani. For sure, this will boost ever more our economic production and industrial cooperation, because our aim is that of growing together, favoring investments and establishing the conditions to create new jobs. I'm very proud to say that our bilateral relations over the last few years really have made a qualitative leap forward, especially thanks to the Mate Plan for Africa. Kenya, indeed, is one of the key countries in this initiative. With President Ruto and his government, we have been working right from the very beginning to identify the right priorities and launch important initiatives in the energy field, agriculture, training, and strengthening climate resilience. I'm thinking about the work that we are doing to develop the production of biofuels, and also the plans that we have studied to strengthen the supply chain of coffee, protecting also the small farmers. We have discussed this today. Training pathways for young managers, cooperation in the scientific and university and academic domain. We want to keep working on this together in the next few months. With actions, we will contribute to bringing forward our common agenda of growth and the strategic partnership between our two nations. Nairobi is a fundamental partner in order to develop and implement AI in domains that are decisive for the development of the African continent, such as the agro-industry, education, energy. You will remember that last year we opened the AI Hub for Sustainable Development. And with Kenya, we are also working very well to enhance the most innovative projects, generate concrete advantages for the African industrial system. This applies also to the Italian industrial system as well. And this is shown by the great success of the Nairobi AI forum, where new agreements were signed, a new memorandum of understanding. We will keep working to strengthen together the infrastructures of Kenya, because we are aware to what extent interconnections between Kenya and inland areas in Africa, how decisive they are to develop the entire continent. And we're also aware of the major potential which can stem from the African Continental Free Trade Zone. And I would like to quote the commitment that we have undertaken thanks to the synergy between the Mattei Plan and the Global Gateway of the EU to extend towards Eastern Africa, the Blue Almond Cable, which is the backbone that will connect India to economic, let's say, European economies going through the Mediterranean. I cannot forget the aerospace industry. For a long time, Italy and Kenya have been working together very effectively, and where Nairobi plays the role as a protagonist in Africa. And we want to expand the Luigi Broglio Space Center in Malindi so that it can become a continental hub for training and excellence. Equally strategic is our cooperation in the defense sector that now we relaunch by signing an agreement, a cooperation agreement on this together with President Ruto. We also exchange our views on the main themes on the international agenda. In particular, we focused on stability and security challenges affecting Eastern Africa. I personally thank, on behalf of Italy, President Ruto for the commitment dedicated by Kenya to support stabilization processes, peace and growth processes for our neighboring and friendly countries. And now more than ever, we have to forcefully work in a determined way to reduce the factors of instability and also risk factors of possible domino effects. And the President knows this very well. Italy has always been in the front lines, and we will continue to do what we can at every level. Thank you, Mr. President, for this very important visit.